Coutinho, I don't understand the hate, and I don't think he deserves to get hated on as much as he does. This man was brought to Villa because Gerrard persuaded him. Oh look, let's look at what happened to Gerrard. Got sacked. You know what I mean. What does that say? Well, what does that say about Gerrard? He's just brought his old mates in. And what were we all saying that Coutinho would do in January? We thought we'd all leave. You know, there was loads of rumours, and then, you know, he comes out on Instagram and says, no, I'm not leaving, I'm happy at the club. You know, there's going to be people out there that go, well, he's just happy because he's getting paid wages for doing nothing. This man took, you know, was willing to take a pay cut to join this permanently, and I know you'll say, oh, that's just so he could be with Gerrard, and he still gets paid a lot. He's getting paid the same amount as Luca Dean, maybe a tinsy bit more. Luca Dean don't get near enough as much hate. He's been dreadful this season. You know, there's loads of players that get paid like what they shouldn't. We only criticise Coutinho because of his name and his expectations. I think we need to give this guy a chance. You know, he's brilliant when he first came in, we saw that, but it's when, you know, you can't expect him to do anything when no one else does anything. He's not here to carry the team. You know, we know there's a bit of magic there. The magic doesn't go. Doesn't matter what form you're in, he's just got to find it now. We all know he had an injury towards the end of last year. Now he's getting back to full fitness. We can see the best of him. Hopefully, you know, I know a lot of people are criticising that he hasn't scored, that he hasn't got a goal contribution this season yet. I think that should come. I think he will get that eventually, as long as he stays fit. I think that comes down to whether he does stay fit or not. You know, we know, you know, he's 30 now. At this point, is it too early to sort of go to Brazil and sort of finish a career off there? I think he's got a few years left in him. You know, he's one that will fight for the team, and he, you know, he says he likes it. You know, he loves it at Villa. He's got his mate in Luis and probably Carlos as well. I think he needs time. Give him time. We saw against Stevenage, he was the only great player. I know he missed about 500 chances, but what was he meant to do? All he could do is shoot. He can't just keep passing to the same player, and he's one of those forward thinking players. And in a squad like that, it's not going to happen. But we are sort of seeing a little bit of magic from Phil now when he comes on. Prime example is Leeds United. You know, he tried to make things happen when he came on. Shooting from the halfway line, you know, tackling, winning that ball back, you know, doing a little bit of skills here and there. You know, yes, he makes the odd mistake with a pass, you know, he doesn't get everything right. Give him time. There is a player there, and we saw it in the training vid, that he's, you know, there is something there. It's whether we can now find that sort of old player. You know, he's not going to be as good now. You know, he's a lot older, he's probably a bit slower, but you know, he's still got something about him. I think he's been fairly unlucky at times. So I don't think the hate is justified at all. I think we need to give him time, and, you know, he's just another footballer. You know, it's only because of his name we have higher expectations, but he's just like any other player. You know, he's not, you know, just because he's more popular than, say, Amy Buendia doesn't mean he needs to get more hate or more pressure put on him. No, they're the same type of player, and maybe onto Unai, who knows, that maybe he will become better soon. That's what I have to say on Phil Coutinho.